So thank you guys. It is Wednesday. We are embarking on the holiday season. It's a great time of year to build your business. Of course, any time of year is a great time to build your business, but especially with the holidays, we do get additional opportunities to grow and build our teams, grow and build our customer bases. So if you are just jumping in as a brand new rep, now is a great time. So let me just introduce myself. For those of you that may not know me, my name is Lisa Monison. I'm an independent Avon sales rep, and I am a national leader of the Avon Team Moneymakers. Some of you have been personally appointed by me in my first generation. I call that my Avon Kids. And some of you have been sponsored into the business by your upline sponsor. Somebody within our team, could be Delana Simpson, could be Pat Couliette or Mary Austin or Sheila. There's lots of different leaders. And if that is the case, you are in my second generation or even my third generation. So you're like my Avon grandkids and my Avon great grandkids. And if you are watching this on YouTube as a replay, thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy my content and my videos. And if you do, be sure to hit that subscribe button or the bell to be notified when new videos are arriving. So at any rate, let's get started with this awesome information that Avon just released yesterday on 2 more amazing incentives to help you grow your business. So again, with the holidays getting ready to start, we have our first holiday, which is Halloween. And I want to make sure all of you are capitalizing on this holiday with sharing while you're out doing trick-or-treating, or if you're staying home waiting for kids to come to your door with their parents. It is a great time to start preparing your brochures now and putting flyers in there about your business, about fundraising. Give a little treat to mom. We've got some great some great flyers in our group that you can use that says, here's a treat for mommy, that kind of thing. Real cute, with coupon codes for your store, as well as the services that you offer. They can join you, they can shop with you. You got fundraising. It's just a little bookmark. Definitely want to be handing those out to help expose your business. I mean, what other day of the year do people come knocking on your door that you could say hi to the parents after you give the kids their treats and say, by the way, I'm an Avon rep in the neighborhood and this is for you, mom, kind of thing, and chat with them for a minute. So that's a great way. And if you're out with the kids doing trunk or treats or other events for Halloween, make sure you are armed and ready with your Avon brochures and your Avon recruiting materials and your Avon fundraising materials, because it is just the start of the social things that are happening at this time of year. We have fall festivals. If you can get into a fall festival or an event, that's a great place, of course, to just kick off the cycle with the holidays. So we are only just scratching the surface. Some of you have been to your local come home for the holidays events. If there was one closest enough to you, you took the drive, you got there, and the feedback that we are seeing on Facebook and in the groups, and the pictures and everything, it looks like you guys had amazing time and learned a lot, saw a lot. And I know getting the products, like seeing them in person, touching them in person, getting the energy and the excitement from everybody that's there really does change how you feel sometimes, even about certain items that maybe you would not have ordered unless you saw it in person. So that's why I like to come on here too and try to show you them in relation to like my hand size and things like that. So I'm glad a lot of you have gotten to those. But let's get right into the awesome new incentives. Now, if you're watching this and you're in our Facebook group and you're on my team, then you have seen the It's a Fiesta. Join us in Los Cabos, Mexico in June of 2019. Incentive starts in campaign 23 with a Headstart. That's the first one we're going to talk about. And the other one is Build Up Love, is what it says. Build Up the Love incentive. And this is for new representatives who place their first order on or after July 11th, 2018. So for those of you going, wait a minute, I started my business before July 11th. You mean to tell me I can't participate in getting the iPad? Yes, it's true. You cannot participate in the iPad. I'm sorry. However, let me tell you what you can participate in. Not everybody can participate. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new rep. It doesn't matter if you've been in Avon for 20 years. Everybody can do Los Cabos. This particular incentive helps us as leaders, as well as the new representative, kind of put that extra fire to say, oh my God, I want an iPad. If they are building a team and you are their sponsor, you sign them up, you got them started, there's going to be reward in it for you as well. You're going to be really excited, first of all, that your new team member has this amazing incentive that's in place just for them, for being new through July 11th. Like it says, if they place their first order on or after July 11th, 2018, okay, then they can participate. So let's talk about this one first, and why, if you are not eligible to earn it, why it's important to be sharing this with people that you meet, because this in itself could spark people wanting to become an Avon representative, because they're like, wait a minute, so I can earn $1,000 plus my first 90 days. I can work on maybe a trip to Cabo. I can get a free iPad. I can work on an iPad. Like, there's all these amazing reasons why, but this is just extra gravy, extra cookies for them that they can work on. So there's two ways a new representative can earn the iPad. And this is a you do, you get incentive. And those are my favorite, because it means it's not a chance drawing. Like Rake in the Cash is an awesome incentive, and that's going on now. And of course, that is entries to earn the cash. So it's like a drawing with that. You work hard, you get your entries, and then you just sit and wait and hope that maybe you get to be one of the lucky winners. But with Build the Love and with this Fiesta in Cabo, anybody, again, any rep, anybody can earn this, and new reps from July 11th orders and on can earn this, okay? But I'm going to share with you how everybody wins. If you're a leader and you placed before July 11th and you've been here a while, it's okay, because you know what? When you help your team members earn, you earn things like Cabo, advancements, and other things, and your new team member's happy because she's making money and she's earning prizes. So it all works together, okay? When you were new, you had new incentives too. So this is a new person thing, and there will always be something for new people, and there will always be something for everyone. So Avon did not leave you out because they're always throwing out things. So let's talk about how to earn the iPad for those that are new watching. So there's two ways. The incentive is from campaign 23 through 26. The first question that is on the FAQs is, do you have to build a team in order to earn the iPad? And the answer to that is no, you don't have to build a team. You can earn it by personally selling $3,000 cumulative in those three campaigns. So campaign 23, 24, hold on a minute, I want to make sure. Campaign 23, 24, 25, 26. So it's 4 campaigns. You sell $3,000 worth during that time. Maybe you have a fundraiser. Boom, you get an iPad. Okay, that's one way. The other way is when you build a team, you can begin to earn the iPad. So can you provide an example of how I could earn by building a team? So let's say campaign 23, you sell 500, and your new recruit, you get a new recruit, and she sells 150 on her first order. And then in campaign 24, you sell 500, and your new recruit sells 300. And then in campaign 25, 500, and then 450. And so basically they're saying, as you're growing your team and working on like bronze ambassador, you're also working on this incentive for putting on people, because there's personal recruit rewards here, that if you hit the sales amount also with recruiting, then you get the iPad as well. So there's two ways, and you can earn the bonus. So in addition to the iPad, there are other rewards. And like I said, if you're brand new and you're still in your first 3 months in business, first 7 campaigns, when you have a qualified new recruit, it's a $50 bonus. And then don't forget, entries for Rake in the Cash is still happening, points for La Fiesta, title points. There's lots of perks to do it. A qualified recruit, as you guys know, is somebody that places a first or second order of at least $150, and then they are qualified, and they count towards your points, and they count in different incentives. And this is for your first generation representatives. So anybody you personally sponsor into your team counts towards the iPad, okay, as well as La Fiesta, which we'll get into in a minute. The iPad that you would receive is a 9.7 inch 32 gigabyte iPad with Wi-Fi. Color of iPad is subject to change. If you join before July 11th, it says, why can't I participate? And it says, the incentive's designed exclusively for new representatives. And we recommend you use this incentive, as I just said, as a tool to help recruit people into the business. And don't forget that your qualified recruits could be $50 if you're new. And if you are past your first 90 days, then your qualified new recruits is a $20 bonus. Plus, like I said, working on any other incentives, which we're going to get to in a minute. Rewards begin shipping. Let's see, reporting will be available in Vibe as of October 31st, it says, on this incentive. And of course, you can always call the hotline if you have more questions about this to make sure that you earn it. But again, the flyers have been posted, guides have been posted in the group. And also, if you go on youravon.com, you can look on the homepage, go to youravon.com if you're a representative already. You click on where it says Your Avon 2.0. Just click on that, make sure you're on that page. Scroll to the bottom and click where it says incentives, and there you can see these in full, so you can read the guides yourself and make your plans to earn these amazing incentives. So again, Build Up the Love runs from 23 to 26 for representatives, July 11th ordering through 12. So it says orders placed also between 10/17 and 12/11 is when this counts. Okay, so if you are a new rep, as of July 11th, placed an order, your incentive begins as of 10/17, which is the first day of campaign 23 on the flex schedule. Okay, so I guess if you have orders before that or recruits that join you before that, it does not count towards this incentive. So if you're wanting to work on this, that is the start date through December 11th. Make a note of it. Okay, Cabo, Los Cabos at the Grand Fiesta. Who wants to go? Who wants to be there? This is amazing. Los Cabos, Mexico. Headstart program is Campaign 23, again, that begins on 10/17, y'all. That is the first day on the flex schedule. So that means any people that you appoint, as long as they place that first order from 10/17 on up through 12, up through the end of this incentive, and they're personally appointed, then that counts for you in some points if they qualify, okay? So we're gonna get into this. Now you want to be sure you're printing the guide, because this gives you all the points needed to earn the trip. You can earn a trip for one, you can earn a trip for two. The trip is in June 2nd through the 5th of 2019, but we begin working on these things early. And I highly recommend that if you are not yet in Vibe and you join, you get into leadership, that you make sure you get into our Vibe system. And when this tracker comes up, that you are following it closely. And what I like to do as a personal tip is I make my own Excel spreadsheet. Every new person that I bring in during an incentive, their name goes on there, and I have columns. It almost matches what you're going to see in Vibe for the Avon tracking. Years ago, they didn't have that, and you really did have to write up your own thing. So what I do now is I still do my own spreadsheet, but I can go into Vibe now and kind of reference check it, I guess you could say. You can look at what's being reported there, and then if you're not sure, you can always open that person's information, check it, and say, oh, wait a minute, nope, she placed an order, and all we're waiting for is her to pay for it, or whatever it happens to be. So make sure you are tracking closely. So how do you get the points? The Headstart program, again, begins campaign 23. That means you can begin recruiting people right now, and I highly recommend it. Do not wait. Get people started now. And then, of course, we're already October 3rd. So the chances of them wanting to place an order before October 3rd, because they won't, by the time they get their kit and everything, is probably valid anyway. So you can tell them that they can begin placing their order as soon as the 17th of October. And not only would that get them at the beginning of the flex schedule, which is actually better for them, but it also will start the qualifications for this incentive. And if you're new on the Build Up the Love, that one too. So 10/17, very important date. They do it 10/16, that counts in the wrong campaign, okay? So 10/17, you want them to qualify, so they can qualify with their first or second order. If you're on my team and you're brand new and you're in my first gen, and a lot of my leaders do this too, that I put out an incentive if you qualify in your first campaign of 150 or more. Number one, I want to make sure you're making some money. I hate to see somebody just place an order for $20 on books on their first order and waste that 40% guaranteed first order. So we talk about what the rep needs, what are your goals, how much would you like to earn, and we really try to stress 150 or more if they're unsure. We'll say, look, if you do 150, you're going to make at least $60. What would $60 do for you in the next week if you had $60? A lot of people will tell me, oh, groceries, gas for my car. Great. Do you need more than that? Then we can shoot your order up to 200 and you can make this. So listen to your team members. They are the boss. You are not the boss. You have your own specific goals as a leader. We all do, okay? And we all have to, because that's what drives you in the business to continue to leaping forward to the next goal, to the next thing, to the whatever. So I have my own personal goals, but I always, and I will tell you, I always think of the best interest of my team member. And I'm telling you right now, if you're a leader watching this, you're getting ready to do this, always put them first, their goals first, and their needs first. If they flat out tell you, no, I really want to play sooner than that because I'm ready, whatever, you could advise, well, as long as you have whatever, I hate to see you waste it. You do understand that, your first order is 40% regardless. So you can if you'd like, but do note that, I really would like to help you make some money on the first campaign. So you're welcome to wait. Or if you do need to place before then, you're not going to be able to stop them is what I'm saying. And you don't want to say to them, please, for the love of God, please. Okay. I've heard this not within our team. Thank goodness. I've been PM'd before by just reps, okay, that have maybe a different sponsor, different upline, kind of thing. And they'll message me and they'll say, I'm not getting any support from my sponsor, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know who their sponsor is. And you know what? I don't know also if that representative hasn't reached out to them to actually ask for the help. So that's one of the first things I always say to them when they're complaining about something like that. I'll be like, have you reached out to them? Are you checking with them? Now, if that sponsor blatantly is not returning their calls, not whatever, and they can't get to somebody above that person and this person's asking questions and everything, then that's a different story. But what I have a problem with is when I hear, my sponsor told me that if I don't do this, they won't get that. And I'm like, are you really? They actually shared that if you don't do this, they don't get their bonus? That is so rude. That is so unbelievably rude. Okay? So please don't do that. Like I said, we have goals. Of course, do I want people to place on 1017 or beyond? Absolutely. Am I going to force somebody to do that and say, hey, you need to do this because if you don't, then it doesn't help my bonus? No, I'm not going to say that because that's rude and it's not my place to say that. So please continue to use your ethics. I've got videos about ethics and putting other people before yourself. You're always, like I said, going to have goals. I've got goals to win. I don't want to say win, earn this, work for this. I've got my goals. I have a strategy. I do. I know that if I do tell people that are new joining me now, and if you're watching this and you just joined me, hey, if you do place your first order on 1017 or beyond, you'll be in campaign 23, which is right where we are anyway. And, if it's 150 or more, I'm still doing the name tag thing. If you placed in 22 and you're new and you had a great first campaign and you did 150 or more, I'm still sending you the name tag. Okay? It's just where it falls. It's just where it falls. So remember that. And the qualifications for a new rep, again, on this incentive is first or second order of 150 or more, you would get 300 points towards the trip. Now that is for personal recruits during campaign 23 through 26. They are not allowing, is what it looks like in this time frame, because this is the Headstart, any Alma recruits to count towards your points during 23 through 26. Only personal during that time frame. Okay, so it gives you a jump start to really work. Also, promote to Bronze Ambassador for the first time. So if you've never been to Bronze Ambassador and you promote to a Bronze Ambassador for the first time from campaign 23 through 26, 500 points to you. Mentor, so if I mentor Jacqueline, who Jacqueline's watching and Arthur is watching, and they're both very much looking to title up. And honestly, we did discuss strategy. We discussed that both of them were looking at probably doing it in 21. And I literally halted them. And it wasn't for my benefit. It was like if they put it in campaign 22, it would have kicked them out of the Cabo. It would have kicked them out if they happened to be a newer rep. It would have kicked them out of the Build the Love opportunities. So I said to them, are your people though ready to sell now? Because you don't want to be calling them saying, hey, I need you to stop, don't do anything, kind of thing. And they said, no, they're not quite ready anyway. I says, well, then it's going to work perfect. Let's just talk to them about starting anytime after October 17th. And that'll give them some time to get their kit and get their feet wet. And then it will count for you. They win because they'll be a part of this incentive, because if they place before October 17th, I don't believe, let's see, because it's 23, they placed before October 17th, they don't get to play in this. Okay, so anybody new watching, anybody new, Melissa's watching right now, you're new, if you want to play in this incentive, I don't know, I think you may have already placed an order. Let's see, it says orders placed, new representatives place their first order on or after July 11th, and then it says orders placed 10/17 to 12/11, campaign 23 through 26. So I guess if you're an existing rep before July 11th. So I will check, Melissa, with Avon and ask, because I think that you did already place your order, and if that's the case, I will find out, hey, she started in 22, and I believe you should be fine. You should be able to, but I will double check that. If ever we're not sure, we call leadership and we double check those questions, okay? So I want to make sure though, because the way the dates look on here, if you've not yet placed an order and you're new, or you're watching this, you're thinking about joining Avon and you have somebody to sign up with, get with them, talk to them about this and have your strategy, because this and this go together and they can help you with that. If you don't have a sponsor and you're watching this and you want to join our team, I would love to have you. Links down below. Join us. Let me know once you're joined, and I will help you with both of the incentives. But again, if you're watching this and you have somebody that you've been talking to and you want to sign up with them, please see them, because that's what your sponsor's for, is to help you with incentives and your goals and that type of thing. Okay, so that's 2 ways to earn points early. And the third way to earn points early is to mentor somebody in your first generation to promote Bronze Ambassador for the first time. And that's 250 points with that. Now, from campaign 1 through campaign 8, the incentive is still going. But at this point, they're adding sales portion to it. So every time you sell between $300 and $499 during campaign 1 through 8, you get 100 points. Okay, so that could equal 800 points just from that, by doing $300 to $499 during those campaigns. If you sell 500 or more, then that's 200 points. So do the math: 5 times 8 campaigns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 times 8. 8 times 5. That's it's not 5, it's 200 points. Somebody help me. Lisa's having a brain thing. It's 200 points times 8. 8 times 2 is 1,600. So you get 1,600 points for sales during the time frame. Again, sales don't count on the hurry up one. The hurry up, the early part of it, is personal recruiting. And then if you have an ALMA lead, and ALMA is a system that once you're a Bronze Ambassador, or if you have a leader that's able to delegate and you have an ALMA lead, meaning it was a shared lead or a purchased lead, then those, when they qualify, are worth 150 points. And then again, personal recruits will be worth 300 when they're qualified. Each time, now here's the cool thing, each time you're qualified new recruits, it's really important to help them qualify, because they're going to want to anyway, because of these things and because of their Kickstart program. So once they qualified in that first or second order, every campaign after that during the incentive 1 through 8 that they do 150 or more, which they're working on their Kickstart, so most likely they will have it, Avon gives you an additional 100 points for every person. So that adds up quickly if you sit down and do the math with that. Promote to a new leadership title yourself for the very first time is 1,000 points. So if you made Bronze Ambassador in the early part and then you go ahead and you jump to Silver, that'd be another 1,000 points. Mentor first gen rep to promote, the mentor receives 500. Okay, so 2 ways. Okay, or 2 different ways. Now the points work like this. It's 7,000 points to have a trip for 2. Okay, all expenses paid. Your airfare, the transfers, the hotel stay, like your food, the alcohol, everything is included. When Avon does a trip, and once you've been on an Avon trip, I promise you that you will feel like a movie star. You will be like, oh my gosh, I never would have been able to indulge like this or do like this on my own. I cannot believe this trip is amazing. And you will never miss another one. I promise you that. Anybody can tell you. I've been to Atlantis, Bahamas. We were in Bermuda. Amazing rock star treatment. Okay. So if you do 1,000 points during the incentive, you get a towel. Okay. If you do 2,000 points during the incentive, it's a towel and a tote. If you do 3,000, it's a towel, tote, and a mirror and brush set. 5,000 points get you a towel, a tote, a mirror and brush set, and the trip for one. Okay? And then 7,000 points or more will earn you the trip for two and the towel, tote, mirror, brush set, and you get the trip for two. So please see the incentive guides. Please get with me if I am your sponsor and you are like, I want these trips, I want the iPad, I want to build my team, I want to grow. Because here's the thing, if you want the trip, that's awesome. If you want the iPad, that's awesome. But there's such a bigger picture. I mean, that's the prize at the end of it. But you know what else is the prize? When you are building your team and you are helping them be successful and you're earning a residual check every 2 weeks from what they're doing, because they're just as excited and stoked, as my friend Arthur would say, about the business, about the products, about the earnings that they're having, about them earning a trip or an iPad or whatever it happens to be. When people are excited and it becomes contagious and everybody's working together and you start partnering with your team, I'm telling you, the business is so much more fun, number one. Number two, I want to see all of you there with me. Let's all get on these planes and meet in the airports and, be in Los Cabos together next June. I want to see all of you celebrating that are new, your brand new iPads. Years ago, Avon put out an iPad incentive, and it was, I think, for all reps at that time. And I earned one, and it was like, I am not going to not earn one. I don't have an iPad, and I want one. And if you've looked at the price of what iPads cost, they're not cheap. So I wanted one, and I worked towards it, and I got it. And when Avon dangles things in front of me, I look at it as not only a challenge, but I immediately say to myself, I'll be there. I'm going. I'm going to be there, because you work on a strategy. So for all of you watching, I want you to know that you can be there too, and that you have to, number one, have your strategy. You need to start now, not in campaign one. You need to start now. You need to start planting the seeds. You need to start talking. Like I said, we're going to utilize Halloween. That's one of the holidays that you can use. Fall events, any fall and holiday events that you can run yourself or be a part of, or even if you're at a fall festival and you want to hand out materials just to passerbys. I mean, do it. Get your name out there. Get your information out there. Ask questions when you meet people. Who do you know could use some extra money? You're great at what you do. I really liked meeting you today, and I look for people like you all the time to do what I do. And they'll say, what do you do? And, I've complimented them let me tell you, I do that in a genuine way, in an authentic way, because if somebody's really rude, I'm not going to say to them, you were great today. I really enjoyed you. I'm not a fake person, and I would not want somebody on my team that was rude or whatever. Anyway, it's not going to mesh. It's not, maybe they shouldn't be, maybe they were having a bad day. So maybe it's still on the book, but maybe I'm not going to compliment them and say, you are just so awesome. No. Okay. So if they're a really sweet person and we had a great conversation, be like, I look for people like you all the time. I really enjoyed talking with you today. And, you really have, I think, what it takes to do what I do. People will pipe up and be like, what do you do? If I don't already have my name tag on and it's obvious of what I do, or I haven't yet given them the book, and they wouldn't know. So think about, who can you talk to? What waitress? Who do you know that is somebody that, maybe just lost their job or is about to lose their job? Maybe they've got kids that want to do, their birthdays are coming up and they don't know how they're going to afford their kids' birthday parties. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons that people need to start something on the side, and it could just be initially their side gig. But something like saying, hey, do you like to travel? How would you be interested in earning a free trip to Cabo? How? Well, how do I do that? Or, hey, I know your computer broke, you told me recently, and, Avon has this new incentive for new reps. If you get started, you can earn a free iPad. Who do you know that needs technology, that needs something like that to help them? Or maybe you yourself as a representative have been putting your orders in on the phone, on a small screen, or calling them in, which is a phone fee to call them in, but maybe you're working, you don't have a computer right now. Maybe it broke, or maybe you just don't have one and you're going to a library or a friend's house. What would an iPad, how would that help you? That would really help you. And if you're not one of the newer reps that could earn the iPad, what would bonus money from earning title advancements and qualified recruit advancements do for you? You could buy your own iPad or computer or put the money aside for the Cabo trip, extra money. Well, actually, you probably won't need a whole lot except for just on souvenirs because Avon covers everything else. But if you want to splurge on souvenirs and stuff or excursions, that kind of thing's not covered. So think about all of your options, where you are in your business as of today, and where you want to go next with it. We can't say we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that, and then not put it into action, guys. It doesn't happen like that. It's not, oh, she's lucky, she's just been doing it a long time. No, I have been doing it a long time, but it's not that I'm lucky. It's that I work. When people say that, oh, it's just because she's up there, no, I put this into strategy. I built a presence with YouTube that has helped me, but that didn't make me lucky. That was me working my tush off to build a presence. And you know what? You can do the same, but to have the immediate response is you need to start talking to family, friends. You don't want to kill people with it where they're like, oh my God, I'm so sick of hearing her. If they say no, then move on. Don't beg people to join you, but give them the option of saying, hey, I'm so excited. Avon's got a trip to Cabo and you could go too. Would you like to join me in trying to earn this trip? And they might be like, well, yeah, what do I have to do? Okay. And then they join you, they become a team member, and then both of you together can work together. And then she might be also working on an iPad along with her trip. So utilize this, guys. Utilize. Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining. I hope these tips helped. I hope it clears up a little bit of the new incentives. I hope you will go for it. I can't wait to hear if you will post your information below because I can't see this on the live stream right now. Who's going? Who's making a plan? Who's titling by the end of this year? Who's earning that iPad? How many people will you bring in before the end of the year? Let's post some things down below. And if you're watching this on replay on either in here in the group or on YouTube, I still want to hear from you. So tell me your comments down below. How are you going to work on this trip? What are going to be some of your strategies? Share with all of us. Let us know, if you're going to be there, if I'm going to see you there. Let's do this. All right, guys? So we will see you soon. Have an awesome day. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content and you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day. Bye, everybody.